Hello, I am Manueltos, and welcome to another episode of Freeciv. Okay, you may be hearing some background noises from someone mowing the lawn, so please bear with that. If you can't, well, I guess that's just a problem we're going to have to deal with. But right now, we are continuing on this quest to be our best. Let's take a look at Danzig. We've already got two cavalry on the go here. We still need to wait for our dragoons to upgrade. So let's go to the next turn. Let's see how things turn out. Ah, we discovered medicine. Oh boy. Okay. Yep. And we are currently researching recycling and refrigeration. Okay. Oh wait, no. We are researching sanitation. Okay, and the goal is sanitation. As for the next goal, I guess explosives would be good to get. Yeah, probably. Refining might be good. And refining requires explosives, and then we can get industrialization as well. So after sanitation, I think we're going to go for explosives, because I don't think currently anyone has any units capable of really countering what I've got, at least none that I know of. So it would be good to catch up on some other techs in the meantime. So what this is just going to go is it's just going to send me down chemistry and explosives. So nothing particularly long-term adventurous, but still a few things that are important. Okay, so the question becomes, did I want this one to go somewhere else? I think I'll just send this one into this town here. It'll be fine. Establish trade route. There you go. Okay. And click on the tile. Okay. Huh. And as far as I know, okay, we don't have any new units coming out this turn, but according to our cities tab, we will have a stock exchange and a caravan coming out next turn. However, Dirschau is going to be starving, unfortunately. So that is a serious concern. There's an elephant moving through my lands. That's fine. Okay. And another dragoon was upgraded to cavalry, and the enemy is at the gates, unfortunately. There's not much I can do about that, that's for sure. I'm just going to send more units out to establish some distant trade routes. Or no, you know what? I'm going to go to the capital and boost wonder production. New Plymouth is finished with a stock exchange and is now building a barracks 2. And we'll follow that up with a cannon. And Dirschau is finished with a caravan. And we'll follow that up with a caravan. I don't think so. Oh, Smith's Trading Company. In every city with a stock exchange, city improvements, which would normally have an upkeep of 1. Oh yeah, that's the best one. I'm sorry, it's maybe not the best one, but it's the one I always go for in Civilization 3. I was just wondering, it does the exact same thing that it does in Civ 3. Well, not exactly the same, but it's pretty good. Upon completion of his Wonder Tax Collector Specialist's gold output increases to 3 permanently for every nation. Interesting. That's very interesting. Tax collector specialists gold output increases to 3 permanently for every nation. So actually building this, although it would give me a monetary advantage, it will also give other troops the ability to use a similar advantage. Ooh, that's nice. Some Alpine troops here. They've got some skis. That's interesting to look at. You can still build a few other things, but I do not want to produce another caravan. The cavalry have the same offensive power as a cannon, so I don't see a reason why we shouldn't produce cavalry instead of cannons. That's for sure. That's something that is a truth that I definitely will follow with. Okay. And I still need to add something else to produce afterwards. Maybe we can produce another diplomat, because we'll need one eventually. Okay. Dirschau is building cavalry. Elbing is finished with a caravan. Tapiao has let's cancel that for a moment there. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to check to see if it was in there, and will help building the wonder. So that helps a bit, not too much, but every little bit helps. Dirschau is building cavalry. Elbing has finished building a stock exchange and is now building a caravan, but I don't want a caravan in Elbing right now. Instead, I want... Actually, you know what? It's fine. You can build a caravan. It's fine to have a caravan come out every once in a while. But nevertheless, I would appreciate another aqueduct to be added to the work list here in Elbing. And Tapiao has finished building the stock exchange and is now building women's suffrage. And we'll after that build a barracks because it's cheaper than the amphitheater, and I really want to get Smith's Trading Company on the go because it's such a good wonder. But another issue is, if I do this, it will then probably, the boost in tax collectors income might allow New Zealand to produce more units, which is going to be problematic to say the least. But I guess I'll just have to deal with it. Okay. And Tapiao is finished with that. And the caravan helps build the women's suffrage. That's good. That's good to see. And how far along are we in Danzig? We still have 3 cavalry left to produce, so we're going to wait for that for the moment. Dragoons was upgraded for free to cavalry. Marienburg has finished building university and is building a caravan. Auckland is finished building a cannon. So let's take a look at Marienburg. A caravan, you know what, fine. You can have a caravan. And follow that up with an amphitheater and a cavalry after that. And I'm already seeing that my higher income isn't going to last very long, unfortunately. Which means I have to either continue producing caravans or perhaps work on getting more cavalry. Not cavalry, but more caravans. I'm going to send this one to Danzig. I don't know. Or maybe I should send this one out to raid. Let's see if I can kill a unit. We'll see how that works. Actually, I should probably have checked how much. What is the defensive capability of? Let's see. It should say here. Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough. That's what matters. It's good enough. And I guess, do I really need that many units here? I don't think I do. I'm going to send this one to Danzig. I mean, I've got all my allies here helping me out. Look at that. They're even pushing back Malawi. So I should really think about putting some units to use and get a granary over here. Or should I get a stock exchange? Let's actually take a look. How much are we getting from... Okay, gold for -1, corruption, waste, luxury, science. We're not getting a lot from luxury, so maybe building a stock exchange is not the best idea, because this place isn't a top earning city. But we'll see. We'll see how things work out in the end. And there we have it. That's that turn. Danzig, still 2 off. I think once that finishes, I'll probably send my army in. Dinis, Little Honor Alliance, and attack Kazites. They're attacking Austria now. Austria is still fine with me. We're cool. We're cool, Austria. We're cool. No problem here. It's just that my mega alliance, I guess, it's going to be difficult traveling around here. But actually, is it even possible? If you cannot... Actually, it's not. I can't pass through here. I just have to hope that I find a unit. But my unit being here could actually lead to them sending a bunch of units in this direction, which is hopefully what happens. That I can distract them and... okay, let's see. I think this is the only place... Oh. No. New Plymouth has finished building a barracks and is now building a cannon. Cannon is cheaper. It is cheaper, so it does make sense to build cannons to some extent. But let's add some city walls to New Plymouth. Just in case it gets attacked. Just in case. We never know. We never know what could happen. We have been savagely attacked by the Slavs, and we need your help. Honor our glorious alliance, and your name will never be forgotten. Well, if I do recall correctly, I'm already at war with the Slavs. Yep. So, there's nothing more I can really do. What do you expect me to do? Yeah. But, okay. We've got another Dragoon upgrade. Let's see if I can bait them a bit more. Let's give them a bait. I don't know what's in this city, so I'm not going to attack it. I just want to... Okay, yeah. Yeah. Interesting. So there's this zone of control idea going on here, where it's actually pretty good. I think it's a pretty good system. It really allows these cities to block access, and I think that's really nice. Dragoons was upgraded for free to cavalry, and we've got 1 left before the army marches out. And the turn moves on. Okay, the Prussians have discovered sanitation and are now working on other technology. Dachau is finished building cavalry and is now building a diplomat, and we'll follow that up with I don't actually know, more cav. You know what? Let's get some coinage. That might be the way forward. Just stop building too many units. I think that is a position we can take. We can pillage this tile. I don't think pillaging tiles actually gives you any money. At least what I've played doesn't give me any money when I pillage tiles. But you know what? I don't want to. And the reason I don't want to is because I also want to conquer this land, and I'd like to keep its infrastructure intact as much as possible. And I think that is a wise decision to make when doing such things. So I'm going to fortify this unit here inside of enemy territory. We now have a full complement. I'm actually going to leave this one over here because it just finished it just went through half a turn, I believe. So I'm going to leave it to defend. Even though it's not the best defensive unit, it's better than having nothing there. And I'm going to instead move everything else into position to attack. Oh, okay. I'm sending the diplomat. And I'm sending this unit here. And I am sending, not that unit, this unit. And 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 how far can this unit actually get this turn? It actually can make it by the looks of it. So we'll just send the entire army. We'll see how that works out. Hopefully pretty well. If it doesn't, then, well, I guess it was worth a try. Ooh, we actually still have a cavalry unit over here, surprisingly. And fortunately, the game chose to upgrade them in Danzig before Dirschau, which is definitely something that was very profitable for me. Let's see. Yup. It's going to only reach here in one turn. But I'm going to send it here, just in case I need to defend Danzig if my entire army gets destroyed, just like the past 2 attempts. Or the 3 attempts, if you want to count the one that was at Hamilton, which is a much more significant city than Nelson. And I'm going to also send this unit right here to see if I can distract their army. Hopefully, if they are going to reinforce something, it's going to be Hamilton and not Nelson. But we'll have to see. And that's how the game. That is how the game goes. That is how the cookie crumbles. And sometimes, you know, sometimes a cookie is made with very poor ingredients, and when it crumbles, and you try to catch the little crumbs in your mouth, desperately trying not to spill them everywhere, because the cookie is crumbling in your hands, and you think, oh, it really tastes like I'm eating sand. And that's not a fun thing. Or sometimes it tastes like a really good cookie, and that really is what matters here. So I'm going to pause my recording a tiny moment. And my reason for doing that, of course, is that I still don't know what the origin was of the previous issue in the game. So I want to make sure that the screen updates at least once in the episode in case it freezes during the recording, which I hope it hasn't done. Okay, so I've got my entire army right in front of Nelson, and I'm going to see if I can attack next turn. And another Dragoon was upgraded for free, and the entire Portuguese army comes to back me up, which would be unfortunate if I almost won and they managed to clean up, because then I wouldn't get the city and Portugal would get the city, and that would be very unpleasant. I just noticed an issue here, but luckily it's not an issue. I just needed to move that bit. I didn't know that was possible, but I tried and it was possible. So let's investigate the city. 6 units, one of which is more powerful than the rest. So hopefully I will be able to do this. So I'm going to use my less valuable units first. Let's see how that goes. Succeeded against the pikemen. So we've actually killed their most powerful unit in the first attack. And now we will see if we can follow that up with a victory. We need to win with 5 out of the remaining 8 in order to take the city. So we'll see how that works. Okay, that's 1 down. Hopefully, yep, it should work the same for the rest. There's a randomization there, but since we do have the same attack value, this should be relatively effective. And wow, this one actually won very favorably, so that's good. And hopefully we should be able to finish this off pretty quickly. Okay, this one won, but not as favorably. We should be able to, maybe this is the last one. Ah, yeah, it is. Okay, Nelson is ours. Yes, we have finally discovered the technological advantage that we need to win over New Zealand, and that is we need to attack their phalanx with these, what are they, Napoleonic era cavalry, or 1800s cavalry. Holy cannoli. Let's actually see what the manual says about the units. What era are these specifically meant to represent? This should show up in the video. Cavalry from French Cavalry, cheval, horse, or horsemen were soldiers or warriors who fought mounted on horseback. Cavalry were historically the most mobile of the combat arms. An individual soldier in the cavalry is known by a number of designations, such as cavalryman, horseman, dragoon, or trooper. Okay, the designations. Okay, so yeah, this covers a range of dates. I'm seeing the 17th century all to the 19th century, but the 20th century cavalry became a lot less common. However, it does still exist and is used, especially, for example, in Afghanistan, I know that the U.S. uses some horse-mounted troops in Afghanistan, or has in the past. I don't know what the current deployment status is in Afghanistan, but this is definitely going to become our next base of operations for whatever it is that we're going to do here. This one is going to hang out here in case the enemy decides to counterattack somehow. Or should this be our base of operations? I don't think it should. And the reason I think that is because it would probably be better to attack from New Plymouth. And the reason I'm saying this, of course, is because New Plymouth has a better position to attack Hamilton from. It just simply does. So I'm going to attack from New Plymouth to Hamilton using my original invasion plan, and that is going to help me get one step closer to beating the enemy in that New Zealand is. So I'm going to send that one in there. I'm going to... You know what would be cool? I don't know. This probably exists, or maybe it doesn't. But if it does, I don't know that it does. If you could do a... well, actually, let's try this. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. And let's do this. Yeah. It would be cool if you could just do a select all, and it selected all, and it would just allow you to give them all a basic order, such as fortified, disband, or move to a certain location. That would be pretty good, and the reason it would be is because it would really be very good for... Come on. Get a move on. New Plymouth. There you go. Go to New Plymouth. Go to New Plymouth. Oh, that means that we can send this one back. And the wounded units, we should send them to New Plymouth. Okay. Okay, let's see. You conquer Nelson. Your lootings accumulate 1 gold. Nelson is building aqueduct, as suggested by advisor. Nelson is selling an obsolete barracks for 30. So we actually made money. So let's actually take a look at Nelson. What does Nelson have? Not much. Oh my goodness, the AI. Yeah, I would actually prefer workers for now, and then we can give you an aqueduct after that. We'll add that to work list, and then after that, and the reason I'm building workers is so that I can build a road right here. That's really the only reason. And also I might need some more workers just to generally improve stuff throughout the land, because it's always good to get a few improvements going, so it's always good to have a few more workers around. And also some of my workers were attacked and killed by the enemy, so that's not the best of situations, so I'd like to keep it safe. So anyway, I think this is a good place to stop. I actually finally conquered Nelson. I'm getting another diplomat out. I don't know if I'm going to go against Hamilton right away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to gather up my forces, and when I have around 10 units, like this time, I'm going to send in 10 units to attack Hamilton, and then I'll use my diplomat to see how many units they have. If they have 10 units on there, then I probably won't be able to take it. Well, the last one will, but it'll be a risky job anyway. But it's good to see that we have made the victory that we have hoped for quite some time. Finally defeating Nelson and moving up in the world just that one tiny bit, getting those extra resources, that one extra city that we've needed, and eventually we'll defeat New Zealand, and we'll follow that up with fighting against Malawi up here, probably. And then we'll see how things work out. Well, New Zealand's up here, so I'm going to, if I want to eliminate New Zealand, I'm going to have to go after Malawi. Or, well, I can go for Allied territory over here, but I prefer to have my territory a bit more connected. So I'm going to go through Malawi and attack New Zealand, and then continue pushing my way through the rest of the continent, hopefully. And we'll see how that turns out, because then I'll encounter the Slavs, and oh my goodness, Vermont. Yep. Or I could betray my allies, and we'll see how that could work out. Let's see. Do I have intel on... No, I actually don't. I don't believe I have intel on the cities of my allies, but Portugal would be probably an easy one to take out. Okay, yeah, we're all on different teams, but deep down, we're all on the same team. No, we're not. But Portugal would probably be one of the easiest ones to take down. It's small, close together. I know I said I wouldn't betray Portugal, but it's been hundreds of years, and it looks more appealing day by day. Meanwhile, the Seminoles were a big disappointment when they got crushed. Look at that. They even let Malawi take one of her cities. So it was a huge disappointment from the Seminoles. So taking out the Seminoles is probably a likely next step. So I'll probably keep Portugal around and attack the Seminoles, or the Micanopy is the Seminoles. The Choctaw, who are they're both worshipful. They're all worshipful of me. It doesn't seem like a fair idea to attack my allies. You know what? Maybe I'll just keep them around. I'll just keep them around, kill everybody else. How does that sound? I'll eventually reach them all. Oh, but look at that as the pirates. Hey, see how that works out. Some units way up north. And once I've cleared the mainland, I can start going after these southern and northern cities and the islands. But we'll see how things work out. Anyway, I'm going to save now. Hopefully there's no problems. There we go. Game is saved. There you go. So thank you all for watching. Please tell me what you thought in the comments below. And I will be seeing you all next time on Awiltus. Over and out.